Welcome to the Dalton Dispatch. Today we'll be reviewing the Bengals' quarterback play from their first preseason game, a 17-16 defeat at the hands of the Minnesota Vikings. The Bengals have seen a great deal of turnover on offense, losing their second and third best wide receivers, their offensive coordinator, and now playing without their top two tight ends. John, what was your assessment of the passing game?
Yeah, what we saw was basically the foundation of this offense as we have come to know it. Yes, it was week one of the preseason, so everything was extremely vanilla in terms of play calling, but not much has changed as far as the playbook went. Because one thing that Hugh Jackson did so well was designing a system that revolved around his players' skill sets, that mostly centered around Andy Dalton's quick release and above-average velocity. And so far, it seems as if Ken Zampese is truly picking up where Jackson left off. And like I predicted, as long as the stars of this unit stay healthy, like with any hypothetical, the total production won't decrease as much as people may think. Because the system works, and we saw it when the first team was out there. Anytime AJ Green or other boundary receivers weren't getting pressed, it was quick out routes, quick slants, and plays that are predicated on timing and anticipation. It didn't include any post-snap decision-making. It wasn't flashy, but it eventually set up deep passes in the running game like it was supposed to do later on.
Indeed. I think we were all very excited to see that AJ McCarron deep throw to Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, but realistically, other than that beautiful 40-yard pass, I saw nothing from McCarron that I wasn't expecting. Once again, we saw a quarterback who can handle all the pre-snap adjustments and audibles, but an inconsistent passer that holds back an offense. Sure, he has good touch on his intermediate throws, but his play is littered with little pocket presence, mediocre mechanics, and below-average velocity. Let's go to the tape. I just want to point out a few things here. The art of throwing the ball starts from the bottom up. Watch McCarron's feet. There's no balance. His plant foot is pointed right of the target. There's no base for his throwing motion to work with, and the ball sails out of bounds because of this. This is a comeback route unaffected by pressure or any alteration of the timing by the coverage, and he just does a lot of things wrong here. And unfortunately, this isn't nitpicking. We saw this too much on more difficult throws like this last year too. It's just lazy mechanics. For these reasons, based on my range of read, a system of assessing a quarterback's performance that I developed using quantum physics, of course, I'm going to have to say that McCarron's hair was bright copper. A very average performance on his part.
Yes, well, hopefully we won't have to see McCarron take a meaningful snap this year, but I still think he's a borderline starter and the best backup in the league. Just another example of the amazing job we've done drafting recently.
That's true, Daddy-O, and it actually brings me to today's Hojoscope. Our first preseason game was a good display of the young talent this team has on the defensive line. Guys like Will Clark, Marcus Hardison, and Deshaun Williams all look improved. But I was particularly impressed by the play of undrafted tackle David Dean and his ability to cause disruption as a nose tackle, like on this play. This is what is called getting skinny as a run defender. It's difficult for one-gap defenders to get lateral and close holes on zone runs like this, but Dean does a great job of getting downhill and keeping his hands active, allowing himself to penetrate and disrupt the play in the backfield, something he did consistently at Virginia. My prediction is that Dean will make the practice squad this year and will have a role in the future of this position group.
That was a very different Hojoscope.
You don't approve? I can do it again if you want me to.
No, it was great. It was just so informative, and your prediction actually has a very good chance of happening. I got used to Hoji predicting things like losing a game in 6 more months of winter, or how the Bengals will win every Super Bowl until 2021 and then be renamed the United States Bengals.
Well, as I've told you time and time again, the stats simply don't support any of Hoji's predictions, which appear to be based on Sri Vesa's mystic visions as found in the Bhavisha Purana.
That is some impressive research, John. I don't know how you figured that out. But anyways, we'll see you next time on the Dalton Dispatch.